and it will cause it to explode. One of the best ways that you can heat large What is up, everybody, and welcome to today's video. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Zach. This is SC Fish Keeping. I appreciate you stopping by. Please hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and as always, a very special thank you to all of my members tuning in. But for today, I'm going to say a very special thank you to all of them, as well as just everyone in general, because it has been far too long since I put out a video here on the SC Fish Keeping channel. And if you've been following along, you might have some clue why I was away. Yeah, right there. My wife and I had our baby. He was born 3 weeks early and had to have heart surgery at 8 days old. As you can tell, he's home now and he's doing great, but he was the reason that I had to take some time away. But we are back, and I'll do a full update on him and everything that we went through, because it was a lot, and I want to share it, but not today. We're going to save that, because today I want to talk about my favorite piece of equipment in the fish keeping hobby, because it gave me a lot of peace of mind while I was spending most of my time up at the hospital with this little one. I'm going to go swaddle him. Here's my question for you, and I want you to tell me your answers down below in the comments. When you are shopping for a new product for your aquarium, what stands out as most important to you? Do you look for something that's cheap? Do you look for something that's expensive and trust that it's high quality? Do you look for something that has good reviews? What stands out to you the most? For me, I was looking for price, but also good reviews. And that was why years ago, I ran into this company called Higer. I was looking for cheap heaters because I have a lot of fish tanks and big ponds, and I wanted something that was going to work and something that I could trust. Higer jumped out. And it was things like that that caused me to not only buy my first Higer product, but to start trusting Higer heaters with some of the biggest ponds that I have, with not just some of the biggest fish that I currently keep, but also some of the most unique fish that I keep. And then some of my favorites, like the Wallago that you can't see because of this dark pond. And that's how we ended up here when Higer reached out to me and said, hey, you want to test out one of our heaters? I said absolutely, because more people need to use these heaters. And that's not just me plugging the company, that's because they're honestly great. So let's open this up. So here's what we're looking at today. This is the 500 watt model, which I always like going with the biggest ones you can, because I think cost-wise it just makes more sense. But there's a lot of different reasons that I like using Higer, and this LED kind of programmable thermostat is huge. And then they all come with this kind of plastic sleeve which protects your fish if you have any catfish or plecos that like to kind of hang out next to your heaters. And then it also has a probe. That's better. This little probe is what's going to give us consistency with our aquariums or ponds to make sure that they're staying at the exact temperature that we set it to. And why is that important? Consistent temperatures play a big role in how your fish grow and develop, aggression, all that kind of stuff. This guy right here is a perfect example. If the temperature is too cold for this phantom redtail, he will not eat. And I have a heater in here right now that will randomly just error out, and this tank temperature will drop from 78 to 80 degrees where I want it to be, all the way down to 68 because it's in my basement. What I've done to try and counter that is I've bought like a thermostat for like what you would use with snakes. I've used 2 300 watt heaters, all that stuff, and it just didn't work. So today we're gonna rip that thing out and replace it with our brand new Higer. And really quick, I know this tank looks like a train wreck. That's because it caused me nothing but headaches for the whole time I was in the hospital with my son. The filter leaked, so we had to replace it with something new and more consistent. The heater stopped working, like I said, and now we're replacing that. So now that we've got the lighting looks good, the filter looks good, and the heater is going to be upgraded to a Higer 500 watt, we can start making this tank look nicer. So we got the heaters unplugged, let them cool down a little bit. Let's swap them over. I wish this tank was cleaner, but you get the idea. So heater set up back there along that back wall. You can see it comes with some suction cups just to keep it right there. The little probe thingy is right there. And then our actual like kind of thermostat to control and monitor the temperatures right here. And you can see how easy it is to set it. You just hold the button Push the button. I've been wanting to keep this a little bit warmer, about 81. It'll blink. Now it's set. Little red light shows that it's heating. Green light will come on when it hits temp. And that's it. Now I know that wasn't the most exciting thing that I have ever shown you setting up here on my channel, and I will throw some food in there to feed those fish so you can get a little bit of excitement here at the end. But there's one feature that this heater has that I think makes it a must-have for anybody who has any tank that could potentially leak and kill your fish, which, let's be honest, is all fish tanks and all ponds. Full list of features on this heater, but the one I'm going to talk about is that fourth one down, that overheating protection. And that's because I have been burned by this on your normal cheap glass heaters. What happens if, say, your filter leaks, which we've already discussed, happened to me. The water level is going to drop and your glass heater will then be exposed to the air. And if your glass heater gets exposed to the air, it'll try and heat the air around it, which will then superheat the unit and it will cause it to explode. I'm not exaggerating. It'll shatter, sending glass throughout your tank, or if the water level is too low, just throughout your room. It will put a current into your water because now you have the wires and stuff exposed, and you will shock yourself if you put your hand in the water. The way that the Hygger heater prevents that is if the water level were to drop or that heater gets pulled out of the water or something, if it starts to overheat, it will shut down. It'll throw an error unit on that little thermostat kind of thing, saving your expensive piece of equipment from breaking or causing any damage to you, your fish, your room, any of that. So it's one more peace of mind that if anything were to happen to the tank or the heater, Hygger's got it covered. And really quick, before we feed some fish, Hygger right now is running a 5% off special. The link will be down below in the description of this video. This deal is only good from September 1st through September 30th. So 5% off, save yourself some money, get yourself on what is, in my opinion, one of the best ways that you can heat large fish tanks or large ponds to get that consistency and make sure you don't have to worry about temperature changes or anything harming your fish. So check that out in the link down below. Now, let's grab some shrimps. And with that little feeding, I don't really have a whole lot more to add to this video. I gave you a little kind of quick little shot of my son. We're going to do another full update video or live stream on him here soon. A big thank you to Hygger. Again, check out that link in the description to save yourself 5% on their heaters. And they actually sent me another product that I have never used before that we're going to do a video on here soon. So I'm excited for that. And honestly, I just need to say thank you again to everyone who stuck with me, showed me some support, love in the comments, sent me messages, all that stuff. It means so much to me knowing that I could step away from YouTube for a little bit, focus on what I needed to, and then come back and you guys would all still be here. So thank you for that. In exchange for your love and support, I'm changing everything. Honestly, I have a lot of things down in the fish room, like ponds that I've torn down, tanks that are still empty, wood that I'm going to build into things, fish I'm getting rid of, and new fish that I'm going to keep that I've never had before. So all kinds of good stuff, big things coming. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss any of that. Thank you again. I love each and every one of you. And with that, remember, this is Zach with SC Fish Keeping reminding you that every fish is a keeper. I'm going to need to change this intro here, I guess. So we'll do that soon. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. See you soon.